All right, let's talk about the cost of living crisis, more specifically food costs and why they won't come down. I've gotten some questions about this from friends and family, and I've seen a lot of articles in, for example, Yahoo Finance, where they talk about 1 in 5 American children suffering from hunger and why prices won't go down. It comes down to simple economics, really, and understanding inflation and understanding the monetary policy, the matrix, so to say, the system that we live in. And if we take a look at inflation, you might think that, all right, it was 7% in the past in Sweden, for example, and now it's 2.5%, or whatever it might be in your home country. Then technically, shouldn't prices in the grocery store go down? Inflation is going down. So, for example, crinkle crisps here, if we take a look at a receipt, shouldn't be €3.10. Inflation is going down. It should be maybe €2.80 now, right? No. That's not how it works, because inflation just measures price increases from one period to another. So comparing to the same period last year, it's 7.5% more expensive, for example, and prices will continue to increase just because it's not as steep anymore. It's not a 7% increase compared to the same period. Now it's only 2.5% compared to the same period. So prices will continue to rise, but at a slower pace. And if we actually want prices to decrease, we need to have negative inflation, and that's called deflation. And that's quite dangerous for the economy if we view it from the perspective with the glasses of government or corporations, because let's just do a quick example on that. For example, let's say you have an economy. The monetary units is $100 because for some reason they have dollars in this economy, and they produce wheelbarrows. The first year they produce 10 wheelbarrows, then 11 the second, and then 12 the next one. What will that do to that economy if the monetary supply is not increasing? Well, the price of a wheelbarrow will go down, and consumers will know that if I just hold out and I don't make this purchase right now, well, then the wheelbarrow, the goods in this economy will be cheaper for me in the future. And that's quite dangerous, because where does government get its revenue? In sales taxes, indeed, and from taxing profits from corporations, salaries, all this kind of stuff. But you get the point. If sales are not being made, then you're not making a sales tax, and deflation don't really stimulate the economy. The rational consumer might hold on, wait for a purchase, and that way we're not getting a lot of trade going on. And corporations are not making big profits then, and government is not raking in that tax revenue. So that's why we need to increase the amount of monetary units, so the amount of cash that's slushing around in the economy, to incentivize spending so that you keep buying more stuff and don't have the money on the bank account, so that corporations can continue to make very nice profits, government can continue to fund whatever programs they might have. And one super important lesson that people who truly understand the system never forgets is how you can game it. And I've heard a lot of different stories surrounding this, using debt to purchase assets, and inflation eats the debt while the assets continue to increase in value. And that's just one way to make a ton of money. But I've heard a lot of different stories about how people make a ton of money, understanding how the system works, and it's always very interesting. Anyways, this video was to explain why food prices won't come down, and I really hope that this video gave you an understanding in that area. And as always, hope you guys make a ton of money, whatever investments you decide to make. Take care now. Bye bye.